Today we are joined by a very special guest, 22-year-old who's anything but ordinary. So we are joined by Manika Vishwakarma, who is representing India at a global stage, Miss Universe 2025, which is happening next month in Thailand. And she's also the winner of Miss Universe India 2025. Welcome, Manika. We are so excited and we are glad that we have you on the Breakfast Club. But first questions first. We're eyeing at this pageant next month. So how excited are you? All eyes are on you. What are you feeling at this moment?
Oh, it is adrenaline rush every single day, realizing every single day I wake up, I get that feeling. I'm going to represent India at Miss Universe. It feels like a dream. But we are super, super excited and super, super ambitious about this year's competition.
What does it feel like, Manika, between chasing your childhood dream and then representing India at a global stage? What is that feeling?
It feels surreal and it feels unreal, to be honest, because there are so many girls in this country, in this world, who dream of being on that stage. While growing up, we have seen Miss Universe is changing the history, making history and changing the world at every single stage of their life. And when we and somebody like me stands on that stage and actually has that opportunity, it feels surreal, it feels unreal. And every single day I wake up, every single day I open my eyes, I have to pinch myself and truly understand it's truly happening. It truly happened that night, getting crowned, getting this chance and being called India most importantly.
And on that surreal note, why don't you take us into that into the preparation, so the glimpse what it takes to be preparing for Miss Universe?
So when we talk about beauty pageants in general, there's a technical side to it and there's an emotional side to it, which I would talk about later. So the technical side to it is, of course, there's so many rounds. There's ramp walk, there's communication, and there's personal interview, there's talent round, and so many of them are there. For them, individually preparing, I trained with Beauty High Academy, which is by the Glaminin Group itself, and I was trained by so many wonderful tutors like Arnish sir, Rita ma'am, Ritika ma'am, and so many of them. But when we talk about the emotional side of it, Miss Universe stands for a global platform that actually trains women, nurtures talent that can truly come up and change the world, speak for themselves, speak for their community, and bring a change overall which can last for their lifetime. And for that, to truly prepare myself for that competition, I had to find my purpose in life. And since childhood up until now, that has been the journey, that has been the preparation, and the preparation is absolutely great. And we are hoping that we can truly make India proud on this platform.
So will it not, I think it's not wrong to say that we're looking at Miss Universe 2025, all fingers crossed. Also, I want to know what does it mean for you beyond the crown, winning? I mean, that crown looks absolutely beautiful, absolutely surreal, but what's the purpose beyond that crown?
Well, the purpose beyond that crown is, it has always, to be very honest, it has always been evolving. When we talk about advocacies, when we talk about purposes that beauty queens carry, we always have usually one single agenda that we work for. And in my life, I found it very late. When I was a kid, I was always struggling with a few things. For example, being on time and focusing and attention. So there were so many things, but on the other side of it, I was also a good student. I was also somebody who was always participating in extracurricular activities. With time, I realized that education was one thing that I was truly drawn towards, but at the same time, I felt that there were certain changes that were required to support students like me, to support students who had kind of a problem with sitting in a class. I always felt like I wanted to stand up from the classroom, stand up from the chair and run around, maybe do a little bit of painting randomly, maybe just not sit in the classroom for 6 hours straight. And then and there, I realized my purpose. When I was growing up, I didn't have an idea that I had ADHD, that I was a neurodivergent. But with time, when I realized it, is when the time came that I realized that I want to make a change for these neurodivergents. I want to make a change for the minds that are truly different but at the same time brilliant. And beyond the crown, whether I had the crown on my head or not, whether I win or not, this purpose would always stay. I would continue with my passion for NeuroNova, which is my organization that I started to spread awareness about neurodivergence and to truly revolutionize the way we view education and education policies in general for individuals with different brains.
And on that note, when you're talking about the founding the neurodivergence that you founded, why don't you tell us more about it, as to what is it about and what's the purpose that it's serving?
So neurodivergent brains are usually the brains that are suffering from different kind of conditions and not really suffering, but just they have a condition. For example, someone can have a problem with calculation, someone can have a problem with understanding language such as dyscalculia or dyslexia, or somebody has ADHD or autistic. These are different brains with certain limitations, but they are truly not limitations. If trained in a different method and if used different methods, these brains can truly excel in different fields, can actually garner education and become the brilliant self that they truly are. But our education truly doesn't support that. Our education system is made for the normal people, the normal brains, and that is why I started NeuroNova when I realized that I truly have that ability, I have that voice and I have that platform where I can spread awareness about this beautiful cause of ours. And we started conducting webinars. We brought in so many other departments from so many other colleges, psychology departments. We brought in professors. We started conducting seminars to educate people, first of all. Second action was to create awareness, and beyond awareness was to take action. For action, we started actually talking with people, talking with all of these people who have been suffering through it, understanding their perspective that in everyday life, how do they suffer and what changes can be made. And that's how we came up with certain solutions that we have been presenting to various authorities, and we are looking forward that hopefully in future we can make a world which is truly accepting towards neurodivergence.
Well, kudos to you for that. But also we would want to know, on a lighter note, what was 10-year-old Manika like? From her childhood, was she always maybe running in pretty dresses with that crown, or was there something else, some other aim in mind, maybe she wanted to be a doctor, maybe something else?
Well, Manika at 4 wanted to be a scientist, Manika at 5 wanted to be a painter, Manika at 6 wanted to be a pilot. I always had so many dreams and so many ambitions. I was never able to settle on one. But there was this one dream that always was in my head, that I want to have the crown of Miss Universe on my head. And it started off from a very small thought that I want to be the most beautiful person of this universe. And it was a basic understanding. I truly didn't even understand what beauty meant at that time. But along the way of my life, I understood what truly beautiful means like. It's beyond just your face, it's beyond just your beauty. And the little Manika was super shy, little Manika was so timid, but at the same time loved dressing up beautifully. And it was a concoction of so many interests. But this particular thought, this particular dream has transformed me into this person who's confident. It has been the bedrock of my entire journey, my entire dream, and my entire transformation. So it's just about this, that sometimes certain dreams truly change you into the best version of yourself.
Well,
and
that
is exactly what 10-year-old
That's
Manika
very well
was
put,
like.
actually. Real beauty is beyond the face. It's the character that you have.
Yes.
But also I would want to say, are there any learnings that you've had from Miss Universe India, and are those learnings going to be of any use to you for in this beauty pageant that is coming up, Miss Universe 2025? And was there ever a time in your life when you felt like that you want to give up, like this is maybe not something you want?
Well, when we talk about giving up and when we talk about lessons, first of all, when we compete in a pageant, every single day we try to be so prepared for it. We try to be perfect in every single sense, whether from communication to head to toe, the way we dress up. From Miss Universe India, one thing I realized is perfection is a facade. Perfection is a lie. You can never truly be the tallest, the prettiest. You can never be the most perfect self and still be the most beautiful person of this universe. Because it's not about being the most beautiful, but it's about being a person who can be trusted with the responsibility of being called India and representing this nation on that beautiful stage. The second lesson is to believe in magic. I'm truly saying life is all about destiny, and me sitting here, me dreaming about something long back and now actually having the crown on my head. I used to always say this to people even before the competition began and even during the competition, whenever I used to converse with people, that I want to make people believe in magic. I want to make people believe in the power of destiny and the power of infinity, that there are so many infinite cosmic possibilities in the universe that आपको ब्रह्मांड में सिर्फ एक possibility खोजनी है आपके जीतने की, and it is possible. So I think these are the lessons that I've gained from Miss Universe India, competing there, and I'm always going to keep them close to my heart.
Well, there's truly something, but there's also, I want to know if there's one global issue that you are most passionate about. Since we're talking about Miss Universe, there are going to be varied causes and issues that you'll be campaigning for or maybe thinking about right now. So what's that one global issue that Manika is most concerned about?
Well, there are so many issues that we have been working for and that we have been observing in recent times, but I think that one issue which truly concerns me is overpopulation and the kind of problems that it brings with it. We are able to see that so many wars, so many conflicts have been happening, and it's actually due to lack of resources and the lack of proper distribution of resources amongst people, and I think it's so difficult for us to make sure at this point. Suffering from the fact that there are not enough opportunities for people, that there are not enough places for us to actually campaign for. And this issue, I think, is the most complex when I look at it, because truly, we have been working towards it for so long, and yet there are no real solutions for it. The only solutions are that we can educate people, we can talk about it, we can make government policies to ensure that there is a proper distribution of resources, and most importantly, when the population is so huge, it becomes difficult to even provide them with the basic amenities such as healthcare, education and whatnot. So I think that's one issue that I find the most tricky to deal with, and that's most concerning in nature.
And on a lighter note, we heard that you just visited your college. You are a Delhi University girl by heart. So what does it feel like going back to your alma mater and, you know, to receive that warm welcome, to go back among the people from whom you have learned so much? What does it feel like?
Delhi University, oh my God. So when I was actually trying to find a good college for me, I've been the person who has changed my decision so many times. But Delhi University is that one place which I knew is my soulmate. I needed that whole universe of so many different institutions, because DU has so many colleges, you can just never get bored of it. And anytime I felt that, okay, I don't want to settle in one place, I want to go somewhere else, I would just simply visit a different college, I would meet my friends, and that is what being a DU student feels like. I think that's the biggest flex. And on the other hand, when I visited Mata Sundari, I was asked that, you know, your friends might be jealous of you. You know, it's a girls' college. They might be envious of you. And the moment you walk in with the crown, how would they feel? And I kept saying this to my entire team, that I promise you, an auditorium of 1 lakh would fall short in front of this auditorium that you're going to observe. This crowd is the most supportive crowd, the most beautiful crowd that you will ever witness in your entire life. And Mata Sundari stands for that innocence, that certain, calmness that they have in there, and that innocence that they have, it kind of shines, and it truly felt that I belonged there. I will always be their girl, and I'm so proud of when I went there. I'm sure that they were proud of me, but I was more proud of the way I was received and the kind of reactions that I received. They will always stay in my heart, and they will always stay in the heart of my team, because it kind of changed the perspective of other people about the way girls are with each other, and that was very, very important.
Well, women power women, that's the message that Manika is giving right now. But also, Manika, I would want to know, what are the future plans that you're looking at? Are you eyeing maybe movies, maybe modeling? I don't know, what else?
Well, as of now, I think my plans are to be on the big screen and explore acting, because that's something that has always fascinated me, but I've never explored too much of it. And it seems so amazing. But on the other hand, I still want to pursue my education. So that's also one side to it. I'm in 3rd year of my college. And this is one advocacy that I always support, that no matter how big you get, you should always complete your education. So yeah, that's pretty much about my big plans, and I'm super excited for it.
Okay, and before we let you go, just one message that you would want to give the women of today.
One message, okay, be delusional. I always say this. Be delusional, stay in your illusions. First of all, society, I think, burdens women with so many thoughts, so many responsibilities, even before we enter that age. And it's first of all important for you to relieve yourself from that and realize that you're a human first before being a lady, before being a woman. Live your life, understand yourself, see yourself and find out what your ambitions are, what are the feelings and what are the values that you stand for. And start to see yourself as a person, and that is when the world will understand that you're beyond your responsibilities, you're way beyond your expectations that you have been burdened with. So that's why I say be delusional, be illusional about your dreams, believe in them, believe in yourself and get ready, stay focused and walk on that path no matter how difficult it is. Trust me, I've seen women doing wonders when they believe in themselves. Always keep shining, always keep smiling and just stay happy, and that's what I would like to say to all of them.